Episode 30, what up?
Episode 30. Q&A.
What up?
Ready to rock.
Mm-hmm.
Wild. 30 weeks straight, baby.
Let's go.
Let's get it. We got a bunch of questions that I'm hyped to dive into. Some from comments on YouTube, some from comments on Spotify, some that we just banked and logged from the episode 20 Q&A.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm excited to jump into it, Carson.
Yeah, I am.
What's
Oh,
going-
you are. I am too.
I am too.
Yeah, great.
Cool. So let's just do it.
Yeah, let's rip
All right,
it.
let's do it. So let's start with question number 1. We're just gonna hammer these out, but this one's kind of a question.
This was a chirp, I think.
This is a chirp. This is not a question.
Yeah.
That by no means that they think that this was going to be on the Q&A episode.
Yeah, what was it about?
So here's a question from a YouTube Shorts video. We talked about this too last pod, how the YouTube Shorts comments are ruthless.
Yeah,
they're
I love
hilarious.
I kind of love it.
So this was one of the questions that we got on the YouTube Shorts, one of the videos. Why do I get recommended videos from 18-year-old kids talking about setbacks in life from having a week off?
It's a good point.
It's a good question.
Yeah, good question. I'm not 18.
I'm not 18, but I look like it. I'll take that as a compliment, number 1.
The 18-year-old
Absolutely. Now that we're above the 21 years of age and like we don't have to try to get past for older than 21, I love being called like a younger age.
You look young.
So,
and the video was primarily you. I would
however, he's wrong. I look like I'm 12, dude. 18.
Yeah, 18
That's
was
generous.
a stretch.
That's generous.
Also, I wish I could have saw what how old he actually was.
Well, I said this to you. I was like, my man is commenting this, but he's the one scrolling YouTube Shorts.
Yeah. Well,
I think there's a different problem there.
Well,
if you're going to scroll on one of those, you might as well do TikTok or at least Instagram Reels. YouTube Shorts?
Yeah, but he's late to the game.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
That even demotes him a
Yeah,
little
he went
more.
Facebook to YouTube.
Or he got kicked off one of them.
Probably for commenting some wild
Something
stuff.
like this?
Yeah.
Now, the reason I actually brought this up, one, I actually don't really care about the comments. Only help us. Just drive the
Honestly,
pod.
I love the comments.
I love them, so please keep them coming. But I actually did want to bring this up because it did make me think, like, and I'm sure you've probably thought about this throughout the episodes that we've been doing, is like,
Sorry.
with the views that we've been getting, we really appreciate it because it's consistent, view after view, 30 episodes in, and it made me think, like, what is it that we are providing that is really getting people to listen? Like, why do we start this? Like, all of that is stuff I think about all the time. And one of the things that I want to mention with this is that, look, I'm a big proponent, especially when I coach my clients in anything health related. I'm a big proponent of learning by experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, we're 26, 27 years old. Like, we don't have much life experience. I get that. And maybe that's what this guy was getting at. And he's not wrong. However, there's a key difference here. I spend a lot of my time, my free time, because I don't have many, like, I'm not really interested in watching TV, or I do a lot of just, this is my life, all of this kind of stuff. So I spend a lot of my time learning from those who have experienced it, from the greats, from the best professional athletes so I can get better as an athlete, from the best entrepreneur so I can get better as an entrepreneur. So, like, maybe some of it's coming from my personal experiences with my endurance journey so far, but it's a young experience. Most of the stuff that I bring up or that we talk about is just stuff that we reiterate from stuff that we learned, right? How many times have we brought up Hormozy? How many times have I brought up Peter Attia when I talk about anything health related? How many times have we brought up these different characters? It's just because I am more than willing to do the work, to do the study, to do the research, and then to give everyone else that information that I collect and gather so that they don't have to do it themselves, whether they want to or not.
Yeah. I'll be way less articulate than you and just say, like, that guy's just an absolute idiot. And I didn't say that in my comment back to him, but I did comment back.
Yeah, what was
but
it?
That guy's just like, and the reason why explaining that why we do this podcast is, this is everything I say is what's working for me in this moment, or has worked for me up to this moment. A life experience or something could come across that changes my outlook on it, But I think most of the people who listen to us know, like, when I say something or you say something, you have a little more expertise and listen to people, but like listen to people like the Hormozis and stuff like that, and I do as well. But like this is just where I'm at right now, and that's ever changing because I am a 26-year-old or 27-year-old, and they know the people who actually listen to us day in and day out know that. So that dude's just an idiot.
Well, I mean that dude's regardless.
But
aside.
in general, I'm just saying like I speak to what has worked for me or my outlooks at the moment, and those are ever evolving.
Yeah. Well, dude, my main point about this is because I genuinely enjoy the personal development side of things, and not many people do. A lot of people will even struggle trying to develop in whatever career that they're in as well, let alone the personal development side of things. So any value that I could provide there, or just look, dude, people are coming back for a reason. I really appreciate that again. But the whole point of this is just to emphasize, like, I love this stuff so much and love talking about it so much that I'm willing to do the research. And then by me talking about it on the pod, dude, it actually helps me selfishly so much. Because, like, by saying it, by teaching it, you learn so much of it, too.
100%.
So I just wanted to emphasize that because that's been something I thought about even from the beginning, dude. Even when we were doing our corporate wellness stuff, I do a lot of webinars and speaking engagements and stuff like that. And dude, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I sit in bed at night. I'm like, why do people listen to me? What value do I have? But then you kind of realize, like, oh, I put myself in this position. I spend the time learning. I spend the time going through the experience. I do the due diligence that's needed for people to actually listen and get value out of it. So anyway, anything on that? If not, let's jump on the questions.
Yeah. Just a quick aside. People listen to you because you have put the time in, and it's evident in how you speak to things that you've done your research. Just adding to what you've said, but from a different perspective. You've done your research. You've lived a lot of what you talk about, and if you haven't, you always cite your sources from that research. So you do that very well. The reason people tune into me is, what is this idiot going to say next? And I keep them on their toes, and I will continue to do that.
What is this smart, intellectual, real dude going to say next?
That's right, baby. Come on.
Let's jump into these questions. Episode 30.
All right, the first one, I'm not sure who asked it.
Should I leave the sweatshirt on to promote the brand, or should I just sweat through it like a sauna?
Sweat through it, because it is hot in here. Or unless you want to show them taking your tarp off.
No. I don't got muscle anymore.
Don't do yourself like that.
I'm an endurance guy. It's not bad. I mean, it's a bad thing, but not a bad thing right now. Phase of time.
You keeping it? Do you want to present the sponsor before this first question?
Mano Wellness. ManoWellness.co. Check out. Oh, we got a newsletter that just dropped. Not sure if you even know about this.
I didn't.
So we dropped a newsletter, daily newsletter. It's called the Mano Minute. This is actually something that I've been doing for the past. I've been doing the Mano Minute specifically for the past year or two, but I've been doing daily announcements or daily outreach to my clients and our community probably for the past 3 or 4 years. But I decided that I didn't want to just leave it to only our community. I wanted to take the Mano Minutes to the public. So now we have a daily newsletter. It's literally a 1 to 2 minute easy read, 7 a.m. every single morning in your inbox. Just random things that I think about. And I love it. It's like a little daily segment. So if you want to sign up for it, go to our Instagram, link in bio, or even on Spotify. If you click on the link, it says all links, and then the link is right there. You can get the newsletter there too, completely free.
Lovely.
That's all.
I didn't know you started that.
ManoWellness.com.
I knew the Mano Minute. I didn't know that you started
push it to public now. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. I was like, why not, dude? I'm already sending this in our app. And it's getting great feedback from there. People were commenting on it. And I was like, wait, it's very easy just to turn this into a newsletter as well.
And where do you find it? I know you said where you can find like the links, but like, is it through monowellness.co, or do you post it on like a thread somewhere?
So if you go to monowellness.co, it's going to be on the very top banner that you can get it. But no, if you click on the link, when I say all links that you click on, it's called our link tree, which is like
I've
a
seen them
one-stop
before.
shop for
Yeah.
everything. So it has the Mano Pod on there, and then it has the newsletter on there. But it takes you to a website where you can just put in your name and email, and then it automatically starts going.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
It's
I gotta
that
check
simple.
it. I gotta check it out.
Yeah, check it out. We got over 20 subscribers so far. Just
Let's
dropped.
go.
Yeah.
Make it
So-
21 after this episode.
Let's go.
All right. So the first question is around red meat. Specifically the bad stigma around red meat.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to talk to this a little bit more, I'm not a red meat guy.
Yeah, you don't like
through and
steak.
through. Don't like steak. Don't.
Yeah, but you'll
Grew
have
up
like
hating burgers.
you don't mind like a ground beef bowl or something, like if it's hidden a little bit, right?
If it's hidden, I'll eat it. But like
Like a burger bowl, I feel like I've made for you.
Yeah, but like the texture, like as weird as it sounds, like the thickness of the steak, I don't like.
So before we jump into, because this is important, because I understand there's a lot of hesitation around red meat outside of just like the nutrition side of it. What is there a reason for the hesitation for you? Is it just like
I just never liked it.
just the taste, or is it like is there a concept behind it?
Too.
Is it like the idea around red meat, or like a cow specifically?
No.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Ever since I was a kid, I haven't enjoyed it. I slowly have been shifting over to burgers, like little by little, and enjoying them a little bit, but I still don't love them.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's dry and
No, that's fair.
I don't know. The pink
I'll
kind of
change that.
skews me out.
I'll get you a good one. I'll change
Steak.
that. But
yeah, everyone always says that. That's everyone's always comment about it, and I've had some good ones.
no, because steak's tough for you. I mean ground beef. We can make a good ground beef bowl.
No, I like ground beef.
Yeah.
I hate the thicker patties and the steaks.
So the reason I asked you that specifically is because I totally understand. A lot of people just kind of have they just feel off about essentially eating a cow,
It's a chicken though.
which is very interesting.
Yeah.
Right? Because you would think chickens are uglier, in my
Weird.
opinion.
Yeah.
Pigs too,
Yeah.
uglier. So
Whoa.
they're ugly and fat.
Oh man.
I just came at pigs.
Yeah.
I don't mind pork. I'll eat pork. I don't love it. So outside of just like the kind of general like disdain towards it, dude, red meat has been, I mean, you've probably seen it so much in social media and in research going back and forth. There's a couple things that we got to consider with red meat. First off, let me preface with I eat red meat all the time. But there's a lot of caveats there. Red meat, especially in a lot of studies and on social media, the whole stigma around it and why it's bad is because the high fats, saturated fats, and then a lot of studies have shown an increase in inflammation from the saturated fats as well. However, that's if you're just headline hunting.
What do you mean by inflammation? Like in like your joints or like your muscles or like
Total body inflammation. So
okay.
joints, muscles, all of it, everything.
bad for your heart? No.
That's the inflation side
Gotcha,
and the
gotcha.
saturated fats, because a lot of the studies will say that they'll add fat, visceral fat. Remember we talked about that a bunch of episodes ago?
Where it
the
builds
fat
up
around the organs.
Yeah, but you don't see it.
Right, you don't see it. So that's what these studies are saying that red
hate
meat specifically do. But here's the problem, and I mention this a lot with nutrition studies in general. Variables. There are so many damn variables when you're trying to do a nutrition study. And this is red meat is a perfect example of this, because if you want to actually study any ingredient, but red meat specifically, so many considerations. Number one, what are they eating outside of that red meat? What are they eating with the red meat in this, like at the moment of the study? What is the quality of the red meat? What kind of cut is the red meat? And then what's the third? Oh, and then like their physical activity and stuff like that.
Like the actual person's
but
physical
you
activity
just-
or the cows?
Both, literally both. And the reason I say both is because the quality of the meat, is it grass fed? Is it processed? Right. So are these cows eating processed foods, or are they eating grass, real nutrients? Bro, there's a big difference. I know you don't eat steak, but there is a massive difference in a grass fed steak, which is a cow that's just not fed processed crap, versus one that is. And then also a big thing,
I assume
especially
the flavor's better. No?
Oh, so much better, dude. Juicier. Oh, it's amazing.
It's just more expensive.
Way more expensive. But then also on top of that, dude, like, for example, fast food red meat. Then you're also getting into red meat that is now has synthetic hormones in it, right?
Yeah.
They literally put hormones into these cows so that they grow faster, steroids, so that they grow faster, have bigger muscles, aka more meat to sell. So that's where you can't just take it as a headline. Okay, so I totally agree that the red meat that's bad, processed red meats, fast food red meats, yes, that is absolutely going to be bad and it's going to increase inflammation and is going to be denser in saturated fats. I actually don't even eat those red meats either. If I go to a restaurant, unless it's a really nice steakhouse or like an Italian, if I'm spending a lot of money on the steak, that's when I will get red meat outside of something I get from home or from like the meat counter at the store. Because red meat is one of those things where if it's not the best quality, I actually won't have it. Chicken, I'm a little back. Like if it's non-organic chicken, I'll still have it. Just try to do it not as often. Pork is another one where I will absolutely go the organic fresh one, just because it's another one of those back and forth ones. That's what people need to understand first and foremost. It's okay. It's not all red meat's bad. It's so many considerations. So, and then when you get in terms of temperature, this is gonna gross you out because you don't eat red meat. But dude, I've eaten raw red meat before. It's called carpaccio. I had it in Italy actually. It's basically beef tartare. So tuna tartare at a restaurant is just like raw tuna. Beef tartare is literally raw beef shaved very thin. And it was so good. Did not get sick from it because I was in Italy. It's as fresh as it can get. It even said grass fed on it. So if that was any processed red meat, dude, forget about it. I'd be hunched over the toilet.
So what do you get sick from if you eat raw meat? Is it like the preservatives?
Eating raw meat?
Like
in general?
Yeah,
or?
what a stupid question, but you just said you ate raw meat.
Oh, if it's
over
processed.
There. But if you ate it here, is it because you're getting the chemicals that they process it with, or what's the deal with that?
Yes, you're getting the chemicals, but you're getting zero nutrients from it. Zero nutrients. So a lot of the nutrients that's coming in like these fresh and clean red meats is coming from the food that they eat, the grass. So you're getting nutrients alongside of the meat. So like, I don't know if you've seen like the vitamin content in red meat specific, like grass-fed red meat specifically, compared to processed. It is very different. Processed meats, you're not getting all the nutrients that we want, like the vitamins and the minerals. Organic, grass-fed is where you're getting it. So because it has all those nutrients, and especially nutrients that are good for our gut health too, I don't want to say for sure that it kind of just cancels out the risk, but that's essentially why. And then from like a processing standpoint, the reasons that these processed meats are so bad is because the cows are eating processed foods. So then the processed foods are affecting the way that's going into the meat, and then we're consuming that meat. So in a way, we're consuming that line of processed. So yeah, it just there is no direct answer. There should be a concern around red meat only if you're considering the quality. You have to consider the quality and then the cuts. Let me mention that too. The cuts are very important. Because saturated fat, right? It's one of the dietary fats. If you are getting a fatty cut of meat, ribeye is a great example, then it's going to have more fats. And it's going to have more saturated fats because it has more fats.
How does it compare? How does red meat compare protein-wise compared to like chicken?
One and the same.
They're pretty similar.
But if you go to the cuts, like a ribeye is going to have less protein because it has more fat.
Got it.
But if you go with a lean steak, like a top sirloin, same thing. It's going to have high protein, lean beef.
Different.
Yeah. Yep. Now, the fattier steaks taste so much better because they're juicier. They just taste so good. But just something to consider.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Interesting. I got nothing else. I don't eat I don't.
Yeah.
I wish I could contribute more. I just really don't eat too much more.
Yeah, I would say if you're going to have red meat,
Here's my
high
question.
quality,
If it's a
lean
high
cut.
quality, like I can eat chicken every night of the week. If it's a high quality lean cut steak, could I eat that, or could you recommend eating that every night of the week?
Absolutely.
Okay,
And I do. No, I definitely did when I was living on my own in college. Now I haven't, just because literally just because I go to Sam's Club every weekend and they don't have grass fed ground beef. They do, but it's 85%, so it's a
Yeah, you
fattier.
want the above 90,
And I
right?
want like 90, 92.
Yeah.
If they had 92, 95, I would have it every single night. So absolutely, it's one and the same. It's actually better. If you get a grass fed one, it's better than chicken because there's way more nutrients than white meat.
I love that.
Yeah. And then I'll throw in a little bonus with red meat, game meat. So venison, so deer, bison, elk. Fantastic for you. Fantastic.
Lovely.
And they're majority lean cuts.
Let's move on to the next.
Go.
If you're okay with that.
No, that's all I have to say.
The next was about tracking food. Do you recommend tracking your food was the short question. But I feel like we can get into some things here. I've tried in the past, but go ahead.
How long did you try for? Not long.
Yeah, I didn't give it like a full like go, but I can tell you, yeah.
So I think people should treat tracking like it is, and what it is it's a diet. It's a version of a diet. And the reason I say that is because if you view tracking like any other diet, keto, carnivore, vegan, vegetarian, yes, some people will do it forever for the rest of their lives, but most sane people that want to live a normal life won't, because it's just not sustainable for 2, 3, 4 a lifetime.
I really did not enjoy tracking my
Right.
food.
So that's a whole nother thing of whether you enjoy it or not. But that's the first thing is it should not be a like lifestyle way to attack your health. I think number one, and this is how let me back up and say this. I started as a nutrition tracking advisor.
Hey, you were the one that got me to track.
So I oh, that's right. That is when you
Off
did
track.
It. Yeah. So I've been a big fan of tracking. Have tracked almost my entire life, on and off. What I think tracking is best for is, number one, getting started. I think for someone who's trying to figure out their nutrition, tracking is highly recommended because you start learning about macronutrients. You start learning about how many calories are in foods. You get an idea of how much protein you should have in a day, and then also what that looks like on a plate. To the point where when it comes to protein, carbs, and fats, I could look at a plate and say that has that much protein, that many carbs, and that many fats. An estimated range. Obviously, I don't know all the stuff outside of it.
Right.
But tracking has taught me all of that. It's taught me how to look at a plate, especially if you go out to eat and like you want to kind of like be able to make decisions without tracking. It's taught me to look at a plate and be like, okay, I know I can have this much to get this many carbs or whatever it is. So first off, I think to start nutrition from an educational standpoint, because education is the number one way to stick to this thing, it's a great starting point. I also think if you are trying to get just, I'll say in quotes, quick, because I hate the quick fixes and stuff like that, but I will say if you are trying to lose a certain amount of weight for a wedding prep that's in 12 weeks, right? Tracking is going to do that for you, because as long as you just stick to the numbers that are set,
The numbies?
the data don't lie. The numbers don't fall.
I know.
Numbers don't lie. So if you have someone, a coach or someone that, or even AI or something that can generate you the right macros, the right protein, carbs, and fats, it's going to give you the right calories for whether it's a calorie deficit, maintenance, surplus, whatever you're trying to do. All it comes down to is doing it. It takes all of the hard work out of it, and you just have to do it.
Yeah, that's well said. I did not enjoy tracking, but I will say you are right in the fact that like I don't track at all anymore, but at least like going into when I have meals, I know kind of a range of the stuff that I eat, like how much protein's in there.
Yeah.
I'm not good on carbs. Like I ask you the carbs all the time, but like usually where I'm at with eating is like I'm really focused on the protein at this point.
Yeah.
So I've gotten to get my knowledge around like, oh, that's probably that many grams of protein. Like I never knew that before I started tracking, but I know that now. So when I have meals, I'm like, yeah,
Yeah. Well, you
I'm
also
hitting my number.
So that's the so a diet is one example of like a time to use it. Another perfect example is for me right now with training.
Yeah, you learn something quick.
So I started tracking again because
We talked about this.
Yeah, dude, for as much as I know about nutrition, I still was not getting what I needed specific for my training. So specifically carbs, and I was overeating protein. So that first day that I tracked for the first time in like I think it was like 6 months, dude, I was eating like 250 grams of protein when I should have been eating like 150.
Mm-hmm.
I was eating like 150 grams of carbs when I should and am now eating like 300 to 400. And
Have
then,
you felt the difference? Or
oh
not?
my gosh,
Yeah.
dude. You can see the difference. If you look at my stats
your
for my
numbies?
performance stats, there is a clear difference. So that's just
Interesting.
that's another example of the reason I'm tracking now is because it's so calculated. I know the numbers that I need to hit for specific workouts, for my full day of eating, whatever it may be. But I will tell you, dude, I cannot wait to be done tracking because it's so tedious,
Yeah.
but it is worth it for this season. So I think people need to treat tracking like a diet in seasons. Do not try to do it as a lifestyle, is
No.
my take. Reason, and the biggest reason for this is because I talked about it a couple episodes ago. When you track, you kind of get addicted to it because, again, you will either go all in, so that means you're tracking perfectly to the number, or the days that you're not tracking, you are all out, baby.
Yeah.
Give me everything.
So that was
in
my
front of
problem.
me.
It's like I would track Monday through Thursday or Monday through Friday, and then I would go out, not track the weekend, and then like on Monday I was like, well, that was just a waste of time.
Yeah.
Like why did I even track?
Yeah, I
Why did I
mean,
spend my time all week?
look, if you manage it correctly, there is a way to track midweek Monday through Friday, but it's tough because those weekends when you're not tracking, it's freedom.
Yeah, it was a user
It's freedom.
problem. It was total user problem. Man.
Yeah, so, but it's very, very common.
Yeah.
So, but if there is a way where you can kind of, if you are tracking just to get started, if you can start kind of weaning your way out of it, and I mentioned this, the way I did it is just, I had way too many open days where I just felt like absolute crap the next day, and it was regret. So then I started like slowly stopped binging so much on those days. Where'd that come from? So that's what I would recommend. Don't use it as like use it as a diet. Don't use it as a lifestyle. But it's absolutely a great tool if you're trying to get good results.
I like that. I definitely like that. Although I disliked it, you talking about it, I do recognize that it did bring some value.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you, dude, it's so tedious. I can't wait till I'm not doing it.
Good. Well, I talked about how it helps me, like, because I mainly go for protein, and it helped me like learn how much protein's in a chicken breast and like estimated on when that is. I was speaking, and it leads into our next question, why I brought up protein. I was speaking with someone who I work with, and they actually asked me what protein powder they should buy.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, and then looking at the sheet, this is one of the questions. So the question was like, what protein powder should you buy, or like what should you look for when buying? I didn't have the answer.
Well, I wanted to. That was my next. I was gonna say, how'd you answer?
I said whey protein.
Let's see how much you learned. From
This is
the
what I
pod.
said. I said whey protein with as little preservatives as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And well, I guess preservatives would go with like
Processed.
Yeah. They all have like artificial flavoring, like, so there's gonna be some sort of aspect of that in there.
Yeah.
But honestly, what protein you should buy, I would pull up my phone, I would type in Russo to the text message bar, and I'd send you the link and be like, good? And you'd be like, no, and send a link back, and then I buy that.
There we go. Did you try to fist bump me?
No, I was pulling my shirt down. It's getting a little hot.
I didn't want to leave the boy hanging.
A little hot in here.
All right, so 2 things to consider for protein powders. Well, we'll say 3.
Actually, it's always more than...
I'll say 2. If you're vegan or vegetarian, go with that one.
Go with the vegan or vegetarian.
So, 2 things to consider. What are you using it for? So, are you using it for...
To get jacked.
Right. Right after a workout, or just to hit your daily protein goal? Right? So, are you using it to replace a meal, or are you using it as a post-workout?
You tell me.
So, I recommend both. If you're using it as a meal replacement, then you want to go with a whey protein concentrate. All right, so concentrate is what's considered 3 different...
Are you saying concentrate?
Concentrate.
Okay.
That word.
I didn't know if it was the same word.
Concentrate. Yeah. Yeah, which one's right? Trait. What you said.
I don't know.
No, I think you're right.
Crick or creek.
So, that is 3 different milk proteins in one. So that's why it has 3 different sources of protein, which means it takes longer to break down that protein, aka it's more of a meal replacement. A whey protein isolate...
How much are you looking for in that meal replacement, grams-wise?
Pause.
Oh.
A whey protein isolate is an isolated form, so it only has 1 source of milk protein, which means it gets digested much quicker, so it's better for a post-workout. No matter whether it's a concentrate or isolate, they all have about 25 grams of protein. In terms of the recommendation, like for if you're using it as a meal replacement, whatever gets you closer to your 1 gram per pound of ideal body weight per day. Post-workout, anywhere from 30 to 60 grams, depending on how long it takes you to get to a full meal. So the biggest benefit with a post-workout isolate protein is that you can have it right after your workout, and then it gives you that like 3 to 4 hour buffer window to have a full protein rich meal.
Okay, so we can go down a little bit of a rabbit hole here. So by you offering this, you're saying that there is a window per workout that you should be having protein.
Yes and no. You will find both answers. Some saying that anabolic window, that's what it's called.
Well, that's why you did the isolate.
Correct. You will find research that says that's not a thing, that it is a thing. When it comes to muscle protein synthesis, which means just getting protein into the muscle, I think that getting your protein sources consistently throughout the day rather than in big chunks, there's a benefit to it. So that's why a post-workout protein, number 1, it helps you get to that total protein goal. So it is essentially... kind of, you can view it as a meal replacement, even though it's not. But you're getting that quick acting protein right away after you probably haven't had a protein source because you've been working out for like an hour or 2 hours, whatever it is. But then, yeah, I do think spreading out your protein is better than bulking it, but they're kind of one and the same. So, isolate...
I like you explaining that. I was listening to a podcast yesterday...
And then vegan.
By your boy. Who's your boy?
I got a lot of them.
Not Hormozy, but your goat.
Hey, I got one of them.
Nice.
That's my guy.
No, who's your goat? I can't think of his name.
Williamson?
No.
Chris Williamson, Hormozy.
No. God damn.
The Mano Pod. Oh, the
Huberman.
goat. Yeah.
But there was one on the protein, and I'm only like 15, 20 minutes in, but... You done your research. You were spot on, my guy.
Is that what he said?
I was quizzing you.
What was essentially saying the same stuff?
Yeah, he was basically saying like, look, if you want to get into the nitty gritty, like, there is a study that shows that you should be getting it after your workout, like 1 to 2 hours. But also there is your protein. There is studies that say like your protein synthesis doesn't actually happen for 24 to 48 hours, or it lasts 24 to 48 hours. But then the guy was also saying you're splitting hairs at this point. If you had if you had lunch that was big protein and then you worked out after work, right?
Yeah.
So you got your protein in earlier, and it wasn't an isolate. It's still in your system. So you have protein at all times circulating in your system. Will the isolate help? There are studies that say it will. If you just get your protein in throughout the day, you can check all the boxes.
Along those lines, another common question is like, how much protein can we have in one sitting?
That was in there too.
What did he mention? Did he mention, because I don't know if this is an older one, this was before a new published research that came out, but he's mentioned it multiple times too. Now before they were showing 60 grams, now they're showing more than 100. Like the protein just sits there. It actually isn't wasted, because usually what we thought is we either pee it out and or just excrete it, and it's called like expensive pee. But no, it just sits there and waits.
Yeah, it depends, but mostly like the old study that said you max out at 25 to 30 grams was incorrect.
Yeah.
But there is a case by case. Like,
but
do you know what's so weird when the guy was explaining, like, Huberman's asking these questions and he's like, the guy's like, I know I'm annoying and it sounds so dumb, but like, the answer is like sometimes. Like, and there's always like different scenarios. He's like, there is no yes or no, but I can just tell you, like, if you're getting your protein in throughout the day, you're checking all the boxes no matter what. There's case by case basis for everything.
Absolutely. I piss people off probably because I almost answer every question that I get with "it depends."
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, the guy was like, I know I'm annoying,
so many
but
variables.
It does depend.
Yeah.
But that guy's so smart, too. He's, like, whipping out, like, 7 studies.
Yeah.
And you know what's so crazy? One study contradicts the other study. That contradicts the other. So what he does is he does a study of all the studies.
A meta-analysis.
Yeah. Hey! You grad school, you. A meta-analysis.
Dude,
yeah, that's what it was.
I had to read, like, 15,000 of them for creatine.
Yeah, it's too much.
It's a lot.
You know where I would stop at? Maybe 2.
That's all you need. Maybe one.
Maybe one.
Maybe one.
Or I would just sit and listen to the Mano Pod and let him tell me what to do.
But I want to finish on the protein. So we covered those two to decide there. Now, whey. Whey is...
Whey up.
You know what whey is? Where it comes from?
Yes, I do. It's the... Oh.
Yeah, come on, give it to him.
Yeah, I know this. So, you know why I know this? Because you stuck it in my head through when you eat yogurt. You know, the liquid stuff. Right?
You listen to the boy. Now you gotta execute.
When a cow gets milked, it's basically, and they do the filtration system, it's basically the waste product.
Very close.
Fuck!
So, no, you're right. When they do the
Excuse
filtration...
my language, kid show.
They do the filtration. Now I gotta click the explicit button. They do the filtration, but then when they go to heat it up, remember I was talking about the curding process?
Oh, yes.
Right, the chunks in it, which is why you hate cottage cheese.
Yeah.
And then how
I no longer hate.
It separates the chunks and the liquid.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So now...
I was kind of right.
So now, what's the difference? The chunks and the liquid.
Isolate.
You're kind of isolating in a way.
Yeah.
But...
No, I don't know. The liquid's the protein. The whey.
And what's the curds?
Cheese. Milk.
Well, the whole thing becomes cheese.
Dairy.
What macronutrient?
Fat.
Yes. Ha! Fats. So think about this. You know how if you cook on a pan and you leave it there because you're just lazy and you don't do the dishes, and there's like a layer of like weird gunky fat around it? Fat solidifies.
Bacon.
Bang. Pork.
Put it
just
in the
go
can.
Organic.
Don't put it down the drain.
So that's the whole thing though, is fat solidifies. So the curds are the fats, the liquid is the protein. So that's what whey is. But why did I get into all that? Oh, because coming from a cow, right? Grass-fed whey. You want to make sure that the whey that it's getting taken from is grass-fed and organic.
That's on the protein powder
in the
box?
Yep. Yes.
Never even looked for that.
Yep. Absolutely.
I'm gonna have to listen back to this
grass-fed whey protein. It's my watch.
I think it's mine.
It's your watch.
Yeah.
Mine's covered. Grass-fed whey protein, organic if you can, and then try to get as minimally processed protein as you can. So if you can, natural flavors. Sometimes they'll use like stevia extract, which is a natural flavoring. They'll use monk fruit extract, which is natural.
Good with them. Good with stevia, monk fruit. For this purpose.
With them because you're not using it in crazy amounts. Right. You're using 1 scoop a day, 2 scoops a day of that.
You go to the same brands, but can you give us the brands?
Yeah, so I love First Form. I'm an ambassador for. But
check out the socks. Lift them up if you will first, yeah?
Yep. They have great protein. I actually just got BPN's whey protein.
How was it?
I haven't tried it yet.
Oh, okay.
I'll let you know.
Flavor? Or is it flavorless?
Chocolate peanut butter.
Yeah.
Yep. So BPNs, they have some of the ingredients that I necessarily wouldn't have, like guar gum and these kind of things. But again, I'm using half a scoop or a quarter scoop in my yogurt for flavoring.
And so what do you mix it if you do a shake? You do water?
Yeah.
Okay.
Typically. But water. I just don't mind it with water, yeah.
Yeah.
But so I use, for First Forms, I use Formulone, which is a post-workout, so it's an isolate. Mm-hmm. Very light, very lean, so good. The BPN one is a concentrate, so it has those multiple forms. So it's going to be thicker, it's going to be more filling. And then some other good brands that I know of, Transparent Labs, Raw, which
Never heard of that.
Chris Bumstead's
I heard
brand.
of Raw, not Transparent Labs.
Transparent Labs is a good one. There's so many out there.
Just take that label and text Anthony.
And get the expensive one. That's how you know, unfortunately.
Would you recommend any mixies other than water?
Almond milk, oat milk.
Almond milk, yeah?
Yeah, as long as it's almonds, almonds, water, and salt.
Cool.
Oat milk is good. Again, same thing with the ingredients.
What's that?
Oats, water, and salt.
Oats, water, and salt?
Yeah.
Same three?
Same thing.
Same, but different.
Yeah, dude, I shock everyone when I say this. I've made oat and almond milk before. It's literally just you blend oats or almonds or any nut, soak it in water, let it sit there for however long. Oh, no, you blend it. So you blend the oats and almonds first, then you put it in water and blend it together with the water, and then you strain the oats or the almonds out, like the pulp of it. There you go.
Lovely.
That's literally it.
Which one was better of the one that you made?
Taste wise, I didn't really notice the difference. It was just whether I wanted more carbs or more fats. Almonds give you more fats. So now in training, I'll use oat milk because it has more carbs. When I don't need as many carbs, and since I'm usually using it with like, I'll even put it in like oats, like overnight oats or something, or like a healthy cereal. Then it's already a carb with it. So it just depends. But
cool.
I think they're one and the same.
Lovely.
That was kind of a heater.
Yeah. And by that, you mean it's hot in here?
Yeah. Any more questions?
No.
To wrap it up?
Do you have any questions for me?
How do I be and look like you?
You're going to have to watch next episode.
Also, I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
Why you got to tease him with that fresh cut like that?
That's right, baby.
That's all I want to know.
Hey, let's have a week.
Wait.
Is that too early?
No.
You want me to give him a side view of the cut?
Yes, I wanted to make a comment on the cut.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about that note that you had to put in your notes app?
Oh, no.
You don't want to talk about it?
Anthony says, yeah, go to your notes app. I put in the questions that we have today on there. It's like, all right, cool. Pop up the notes app. 3 on the top, skin mid feet.
Did you look it up?
I don't know when that was from. That wasn't from today.
That was an old one.
Yeah, that was an old one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Peace
Have a week.
Have a week.